While I show you these views, I want you to imagine this type of person. I want you to imagine the person that goes out of their way to ruin things for you. I want you to imagine the person who, at the very last minute, you're trying so hard to achieve success, and at the very last minute, they come along and they screw things up intentionally. And they do this over and over again. Every time you're about to try and succeed, or you've already started to try and succeed, but you're about to succeed, they go ahead and they ruin things. This person has dedicated their life to ruining your life. Now, I want you to imagine what you would want for this person. What would you do to this person? Or what would you want your interaction with this person to be like? I imagine that you'd probably want them to be completely absent from your life going forward. I'd imagine that you would want to scream at this person in frustration. You'd maybe even want to fight them. This person at the end of the day is the biggest burden on your life. This person holds you back more than anyone else. Now, I want you to answer this simple question. Who most fits that description? It's yourself. More often than not, we are the people who are getting in our own ways. We are the people who are ruining opportunities for ourselves. We are the people who procrastinate on things that are worthwhile. We are the people that get in the way at the very last minute because of self-doubt, because we don't believe in ourselves, and we tell ourselves these negative stories, and we make sure that we believe them. And we are the people who are to blame for most of the things that don't go right, for most of the failures in our life, for the things that were supposed to go well but didn't, for the things that were supposed to go but didn't. And we always look elsewhere to blame. But at the end of the day, there's no one better to blame than ourselves. We are the most blameworthy out of everyone. And yet we pass on blame like it's a tradable resource. It's not. Until we take responsibility for our own lives, then we can never expect to have control and expect that our control results in success. Until we believe that it is our control that has led to our current circumstances, we can't expect our control to be the thing that leads us to better circumstances in the future. So the message here is to stop getting in your own way. Stop shitting on your own dreams. Stop not believing in yourself. Stop getting in the way at the last moment. Stop being the problem. Stop being your own biggest problem. At the end of the day, when we're sitting on our deathbeds, we don't want to have looked back and said, you know what? A lot of the problems that I had were self-inflicted, and the biggest problems that I had were self-inflicted. And the reason why these were the biggest problems was because I didn't have the courage to take initiative in order to end myself up in a situation where I was able to have problems bigger than myself. That's the worst regret of all, to say that the problem that was biggest in your life was yourself, and you couldn't solve that one. That's a tragedy. That's a true tragedy. So start taking ownership, start taking initiative, and stop waiting for other people to come and help you, and stop putting blame onto other people, because we are the most blameworthy people in our own lives. Anything that goes wrong, even if it's not necessarily our fault, we ought to take it as our responsibility to deal with, because at the end of the day, it's our problem. And if we want a solution, don't sit around and wait for someone else to come up with one. You got to come up with a solution yourself. That's it.